In the maelstrom of contemporary melosophic debates, wherein auditory consumables are pitted against each other in a conflagration of subjective partialities.
Before.
I'm ready for her, too. Ready for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Her, I don't mind taking her time because she looking for the right harp.
But it's been too long, yo.
She's somewhere looking for the
too
right.
long.
Nah, it's been a minute, Joe.
It's been too long.
It's time.
It has been like 3 years.
It's time.
Like, I would take a Her album over any artist right now.
Me too.
Cap.
No, for real.
No, not for you. I'm saying
Yeah.
for me.
Who?
I'll take a Summer album before I take a Her album.
No, thank
right
you.
This second.
No, thank you. Not for me. And I love Summer.
Yeah, I like her too, but not me.
Her don't have a better album than Summer.
You said that last time with. We just have different.
You said nobody don't have a better album than Summer.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
But
No, you said
you
SZA.
ranked it really high.
In terms of the girls,
SZA
outside of
don't have
SZA,
Oh,
No, that's what you said.
It's SZA and Summer.
Snow's in there too.
Who?
Snow.
No.
Hell,
That made us.
Oh, in terms of ever released.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Not Snow's last project, but ever
Oh,
released.
yeah.
Ever released,
I ain't gonna lie, that made her.
Made Us is fire. I ain't gonna
That
lie.
made her album was the best album of last year R&B.
Where are you guys ranking Jasmine Sullivan?
I'm not saying she had the best R&B album, but it's
Last
fire.
year of 2024? I mean
Yeah.
2023?
Well, Summer or SZA didn't drop last year, so I don't care.
No, I'm just saying that made an album in 2023.
The pontification regarding Summer Walker vis-a-vis her emerges as a particularly piquant symposium. In the fecund amphitheater of rhythm and blues, where vocal euphony is both sacrosanct and mercurial, this dialectical confrontation presents a veritable Gordian knot to the feeble-minded. To commence, the axiomatic delineation of auditory hierarchies necessitates a transcendental bifurcation of artistic merit. Tonal fluidity versus lyrical profundity, ephemeral sonic gratification versus oral tenacity. Summer Walker, a siren of the neo-R&B cataclysm, promulgates an emotive lexicon steeped in the pheromonic effluvia of romantic entanglements and urban existentialism. Her vibrational output, redolent with the accoutrements of vulnerability, engenders a symbiotic osmosis with the despondent yet yearning congregation of her listeners. Contrariwise, Her, the eponymous enigma enshrouded in paradoxical nominative anonymity, exercises an Olympian approach to musical craftsmanship. Her sonorous articulations, ensconced within the intricacies of instrumental dexterity and lyrical introspection, demand an esoteric appreciation. She elevates the oral discourse from jejune platitudes to an almost platonic ideal of sonic perfection. To declare one as superior over the other mandates an exegetically excavation into the nature of artistic resonance itself. Summer Walker, through the cataclysmic catharsis of raw emotion, is the conduit through which the listener's pathos is distilled and made manifest. Her oeuvre, typified by an unfiltered verisimilitude, operates within the liminality of agony and ecstasy, much akin to the Dionysian revelry of sonic abandon. Her, in contraposition, is the Apollonian counterpart to this emotional paroxysm. Hers is a jurisprudential deliberation upon the exigencies of love, selfhood, and existential ambivalence, woven with meticulous precision. The instrumental embellishments she employs are not mere accoutrements, but integral lexemes in the grander narrative she orchestrates. Her oeuvre, thus, embodies an Aristotelian catharsis through intellectual and emotional equilibrium. The discourse meanders through the labyrinthine corridors of auditory consumption, dissecting the neurochemical symbiosis between melody and cognition. Does one seek the immediate gratification of sentimental abandon, as proffered by Walker, or the ruminative satisfaction of intricate compositional mastery, as vouchsafed by Her? The interlocutors of the Joe Budden podcast find themselves ensnared in this dialectic conundrum, vacillating betwixt ephemeral preference and objective artistic evaluation. Yet, to adjudicate this dichotomy without acknowledging the zeitgeist that permeates their respective soundscapes would be a grave dereliction. The sonic semiosis of Summer Walker is an emblematic lexicon of contemporary relational precariousness. It resonates with the digitally augmented psyche of her audience, an audience steeped in transient affections and hyperreal intimacy. H.E.R, by contrast, invokes a reverential nod to musical historicity, a palimpsest wherein the vestiges of bygone virtuosity are meticulously preserved. Her work does not merely exist within the paradigmatic confines of modernity, but dialogues with its antecedents, thus bestowing upon it an intertemporal gravitas. If one were to deploy an Aristotelian taxonomy of artistic superlativity, the metrics of judgment would hinge upon teleological intent. If the paramount telos of an artist is to evoke raw, visceral connectivity with their audience, then Summer Walker is the unassailable vanguard. However, if the ultimate aim is to achieve an intricate confluence of musical dexterity and thematic profundity, then H.E.R emerges as the unequivocal luminary. Thus, to proclaim definitively upon the superiority of either is an exercise in Sisyphean futility. Their artistic trajectories, while intersecting within the broader RnB constellation, occupy distinct celestial loci. 1. An incandescent meteor streaking across the nocturnal expanse of emotional immediacy. The other, a steadfast celestial body whose brilliance is accrued through the constancy of its orbital finesse. Ergo, the veridical adjudication of this sonic contestation remains an inextricable function of the listener's predisposition. For those whose desideratum is the immediacy of effective resonance, Summer Walker is the apotheosis. For those whose oral predilection leans towards the labyrinthine interplay of melody and intellect, H.E.R is the sanctified beacon. In summation, the debate upon who reigns supreme is a Gordian not best left untethered, for its resolution lies not in empirical finality, but in the idiosyncratic inclinations of the melomaniacal psyche. The interlocutors of the Joe Budden podcast, ensnared in their own subjective axioms, serve merely as cartographers in this sonic odyssey, their proclamations neither sacrosanct nor absolute. The adjudication, dear reader, lies within the recesses of your own auditory predilections. The answer, as elusive as it is tantalizing, lies not within the reductive simplicity of direct comparison, but within the recognition of categorical divergence. Summer Walker and H.E.R are not competitors in the traditional sense. They are antithetical forces, diametric titans who exist within distinct yet interwoven spectrums of artistic mastery. To judge one superior to the other is to commit an egregious act of categorical fallacy, for their respective artistic pursuits serve entirely different ideological functions. Summer Walker, the priestess of pain, offers catharsis. Her artistry is one of emotional excavation, an immersive odyssey into the recesses of heartbreak, an autopsy of love's most harrowing casualties. H.E.R, the sage of sonic sophistication, offers transcendence. Her artistry is one of musical elevation, an auditory pilgrimage toward perfection, a symphonic tapestry woven with the meticulous precision of a Renaissance master. We emerge from this intellectual crucible not with the coronation of a singular victor, but with the realization that the realm of RnB is vast enough, expansive enough, to house both of these celestial entities in their respective thrones. One does not erase the other. Nay, they complement one another, forming a dialectic of sonic experience, a yin and yang of RnB mastery. Summer Walker, the confessional griot. H.E.R, the transcendent virtuoso. Two forces, two destinies, two immutable titans. There is no loser. There is only greatness.